Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great myself, but I don't know how I'm going to be doing by the end of this video. Because we are back once again to take a look at part 2 of Quantum TV's 4-part series on why he hates the Steam Deck. And the main reason I'm not looking forward to this one is because this video is probably gonna be between 40 minutes and an hour long. Probably, I mean who knows, it could end up being as short as 30 minutes. But we'll see, because the video we're responding to is like 19 minutes long, so just pray for me please. But anyway, since this video is gonna be absurdly long, I'm not gonna stretch this intro out anymore, so let's just go ahead and rip the band-aid off, shall we?
In my hand, Steam Deck. Taking off like a carrier jet. Nothing is running.
I said this in my last video, and I'm going to say it again right here. Quantum, you do realize you had to put your camera right next to the fans to even pick up any audio, right? And also, I didn't point this out in my last video, but dude, you're complaining about the fans on this thing, and then you suggest that people get a gaming laptop. Do you know how hot and loud those things get? Though I will say I appreciate that more of that audio was dedicated to the fans than to Quantum's nails on chalkboard voice. Quantum really is looking out for the consumer.
Nothing is running. It just does that. So for all the people saying that, oh, it's because you have it in a case, you can stop. I understand you might want this device to do well, or you might be a fan of Linux, but no. The fans are really loud. Now, some people say you can adjust the fan speed. I don't know how to do that.
Well then, Quantum, I am going to give you the advice that I give you on basically every single point you ever make. Go look up how to do it. And what's even funnier is he's about to disprove his own point.
Right? And I don't think I should have to do that for the fans not to randomly sound like a jet taking off. And if you're to suggest that after paying over $600 for a product, I need to jump into settings and tune it to be quiet because it just doesn't naturally have the sense to run on some quiet mode, or at least in setup, give you the option to adjust fan noise, which probably isn't great for the heat of this product, which is why they probably have it so loud in the first place anyway, then it's just kind of a moot point. And the fact that it needs that fan that loud, again, my points are still very on the button as far as my experience with it.
I mean, you heard him, guys. He just said that it needs to be that loud to keep the system cool, and that's why it's like that, and yet he's going to still keep complaining about it. And Quantum, once again, instead of complaining about it, you could just look up how to turn down the fan speed. But then one of your other complaints in your last video is that the device was overheating, so which one do you want? Do you want it to overheat, or do you want it to be quiet?
Now, if you have a different experience, that's cool. But I'm not going to sit here and try to say like it's some great experience, because it really is not. The first thing you'll notice when you turn it on, colors are garbage. I mean, it's 2022. We can't even get an OLED screen. You know they even make low-end OLED phones? Like, this thing isn't special in the least. Like, in the least. The colors are very bad, okay? And you're supposed to be gaming on this thing, okay?
Yeah, you are supposed to be gaming on it, which is something that you have not done in any of your videos on this thing so far. And like I established in the last video, they're already selling this thing at a loss. And I'm also just going to say, I don't know if it's because, you know, you're a master TV calibrator and that's why you pick up on it, but I've done a lot of research on this thing. I've heard no complaints about the colors or anything like that. Not everything has to be OLED.
And then the fans are really loud, like I said in my last video, right? And trying to play games on EmuDeck after you finally get it set up, the entire thing on my end bricks. So there's no functionality of any kind. There's nothing I can do. I can push any button I want. Nothing will work. No holding combinations, nothing. You can turn it off, you can turn it back on, and all it's gonna do is come right back here unless you hard boot it. So again, I'm not having a great experience with this, okay? And I'm showing you this because this is what people do not talk about.
Yeah, and like I already said in the last video, if you are the only one who is bringing up an issue and you are the only one complaining about it, maybe it's just a you problem. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I totally get how that would be annoying, like you got the emulator set up and then it's completely frozen, but I actually did a bunch of digging on Google and on YouTube. I cannot find a single person who is having this same exact issue. And Quantum, I've got a very big-brained adult man decision here. Why don't you just uninstall and reinstall it? And then if that doesn't work, then you actually have an issue. Because remember how he kept going into the files yesterday? He kept like double clicking on it when it was in the download folder. Something tells me he may have messed with something off camera and just not said anything about it. And that's why it's not working. And that's why nobody has brought up those same points.
Okay? It's not great. So now I've got to reset the device. And again, once you reset the device, you can see black levels are gray. Edge bleeding out of the corner on a device that cost over $600. Talk all the smack some of you might want to. The Nintendo Switch doesn't cost $600. Every game works on it that I bought from Nintendo. I don't have to do any tinkering. The fans are not ignorantly loud. The screen is gorgeous. It has a kickstand, right? I mean, yes, games do work on this thing.
Yeah, the Switch only costs $300, and guess what? It's not as powerful. It has way less games that you can play on it. And guess what? It's not a portable PC. The Steam Deck is literally a portable PC. Although I do kind of agree on the kickstand thing. That's a little dumb. I mean, it doesn't really seem like it would be that difficult of an addition to add. But dude, the Nintendo Switch's kickstand is garbage. It falls off almost every time I prop the thing up. And if you want an actual good one, you gotta pay 50 extra bucks for the better Switch.
I'm not saying games don't work. I don't think any of my argument has been that, you know, no game works on Steam Deck and it just doesn't work. My argument is when you go on Steam Deck, you have games that say that they are not compatible with a clear sign indicating that they are not compatible. Now, in my case, this is Mortal Kombat 11 and a bunch of other games, like for example, Jump Force. These games say that they are not compatible. If a game has this symbol next to it and it says that it's not compatible, why would I install it for over 40 to 60 plus gigabytes?
Oh my god, here we go with the compatibility talk again. Quantum, just do me a favor, and everybody do this, in fact. You can do this while you're watching the video. Go to your YouTube search bar and type in Mortal Kombat 11 Steam Deck, and you will instantly find dozens, if not hundreds, of results of people playing Mortal Kombat 11 on the Steam Deck. It's not even hard to make it work. You just have to tinker with something in the properties of the game. And when it does work, it runs extremely well. Again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but if you did your research, you would figure out how to make these games work.
Why? Who would take that? Who would do that just to see if they were wrong? Not me. That is a long amount of time to wait. That's a lot of internet bandwidth to go through for no reason, right? I don't have the patience to sit there all day installing a game that's telling me that it doesn't work. So for everybody rebuttaling, oh, you know what? You just do it anyway. Nobody's gonna sit through a long ass upload or update on some whimsical nonsense.
Oh my god, dude, once again, you could just go to Google and look up how to get it working on the Steam Deck. It is really not hard, and it takes far less time than it would for you to install the game and then just have it not work at all. This dude is actually acting like a child. There's such an easy solution to his problem, and he's just refusing to do it because he wants to dislike something.
Which, by the way, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm one of those people that work really hard, and when I have some money to spend, I just whimsically buy things I think will be fun, make my life a little easier, and if it doesn't do that, I'm not going to be happy with it, right? You don't always go into every purchase researching every aspect of that product. Sometimes you just want to play hard and have fun.
Quantum, if you are buying a $600 electronic device and you don't do your research on it before you buy it, then you're just an idiot. I'm sorry. That's like a Griffin Gaming type thing. He's gonna buy the 4090 and he doesn't even know what the benefits are. He just wants it because it's expensive. It's the exact same situation. Quantum just wanted to buy it because he had spare money and he felt like it. And now that he didn't do his research and he doesn't understand the product, now he's upset. Quantum, things you don't have to research before you buy them is like when you go into a grocery store to buy like food or something and you see a snack that you think you want to try. But when it comes to a $600 electronic device, you better damn well be doing your research on that. And if you don't, and then you don't like the product or don't understand it, you have no right to complain.
Now, if you've never arrived at that level in life where you've never had any kind of fuck with money and you've never just wanted to do something nice for yourself, that's sad. But I've been there and I'm there and I want to enjoy myself. And I don't think it's unreasonable if I see it says it's not compatible not to spend my time waiting for a big ass install of games.
Dude, I actually cannot believe this level of ignorance right now. Apparently, if you don't have enough money to just go out and spend it willy-nilly without even doing research on products, then you're just sad. What does this remind you guys of? Oh, wait, I remember.
And that's the scary thing is, too, we're not even talking about a lot of money. It's literally fucking $1,500, man. That is not a life-changing sum for any human being on this planet.
Because Steam is clearly telling me that this game is not supported, and most of the games that I like are not supported, right? Like Injustice 2, right? Like Pirate Warriors 4, Naruto Storm 4, it's clearly telling me these games don't work. I'm not going to sit here and install games on the hope that that they're wrong? It's fucking Steam, for crying out loud. They should have had this already ready to go with all the games that worked great.
Once again, research, research, research. Look into the product that you're buying. Make sure it can play the games that you like to play. And by the way, once again, it can actually play those games. I agree, it's kind of dumb that not every single game just works straight out of the box. But you would have known that if you did your research instead of just throwing $600 at Valve. And also, if you did your research, you would know how to fix this problem.
And, you know, ironically, they have a tab for that. They literally have a tab that says works great on Steam Deck. It's right here. So again, for everyone that thinks that you need to somehow put more effort into this, or, you know, you're just an idiot or you're dumb, I'm a consumer, right? I did the most consumer thing. I bought a product. I wanted to have fun with it, right? I don't need to know every detail about it. It was supposed to be something that plays all of my Steam games, not some of them, not I have to tinker to make some games that aren't supported play.
Quantum, you do realize that even if you have to tinker with something to make a game work, that still means that every single game works, right? It's just you might have to do like 5 minutes of research and tinkering with settings to get the game to work. God forbid.
You know, I love all these excuses for people who love Linux. That's cute and everything, but you're talking to a guy that has a PC, a couple of PCs that have a worth of over $5-6 grand between the two of them. I'm not going to sit here struggling on a handheld. This was a whimsical purchase for fun. And if you don't understand that, that's your issue. That is not mine. That is not something I have to deal with.
So you don't have to deal with everything you've been complaining about this whole time? Does that mean you were lying about everything and you just made the videos to... What is happening right now? We're not even halfway through the video and my brain is already melted.
I'm just sharing my experience for those who are maybe like me, who maybe once in their lifetime like to play a little, live a little, okay? And buy something nice for themselves and run into all the myriad of issues you will run into on this device. It doesn't just stop at, oh, you wanted to emulate and maybe that's not user-friendly.
Yeah, well, you would have known about those quote-unquote issues if, you know, you did your research. And if there are people like you who are going to drop $600 without even looking into a product, and then they're upset when it doesn't work exactly how they thought it would, then that's 100% on them.
I think one of the number one rebuttals I was seeing in my last video about the Steam Deck was that even though games say that they are clearly not supported, you can just download it and try it out anyway. Now, when you click to download or install a game that's not supported, it says Steam Deck compatibility. Valve's testing, I don't know about you, but that's the company I'm buying this device from, right? And so when they say Valve's testing indicates that Fairy Tail is unsupported on Steam Deck, some or all of its game currently doesn't function on Steam Deck.
Once again, dude, this could all have been solved by a bit of research. If you had just looked up what the whole, like, unsupported thing means, most of the time, and I will actually admit this is a little stupid the way they word it, but a lot of the time it doesn't actually mean that it's not supported. It just means that they haven't been able to test it yet. At least that's what I got from my research, and my research is more than any that you've done, so I think I'll go with my own word on that one. Though, once again, I will admit it is a little stupid the way they word it.
Valve is still working on adding support for this game on Steam Deck. So when I see that, as a person who can read, basic common sense at this point, I'm not going to sit there and install a game like that. They're just telling me in plain English, hey, Haas, we're still working on it. This whole device is a work in progress. We shipped and rushed a product without full support for all of your Steam games. That's their fault. That's not my fault. This device was over $600, and not all games work on it.
Again, all games do work on it. It's just, you know, if you did your research, then you would figure out how to make that happen. God, why can't this video just be over?
And it seems to me like everybody's willing to make an excuse for that instead of, like, owning up to the fact that, like, you probably got a little finessed on that because it's a Steam device. Why is my PC that runs Windows that isn't made by Steam able to run everything and the Steam device can't? It's stupid, in my opinion.
Jesus Christ, dude, I'm actually gonna lose my mind in a second. The device was made by Steam, but the games were not made by Steam. This would be like going after Nintendo for there not being a port of God of War on the Nintendo Switch. And also, last I checked, Steam didn't make Linux. Developers have to optimize their games and make them compatible on different platforms. That is why a lot of games on Steam do not work on Macs. Because Mac is not a gaming platform. The vast majority of people game on Windows, and then there are people out there who game on Linux, but they're much more few and far between.
And again, all of this is opinion based. If you like the Steam Deck, all you have to do is go enjoy it. But so many are too busy defending this product because maybe what I said hits home in a lot of areas, and a lot of people will probably understand what I'm saying to be fact, okay? The fact is, emulation is hard on this. It's not that hard on my laptop. My laptop doesn't even have to be as expensive as my laptop was, but you get my point. Like, you can use any real laptop to emulate even like Nintendo 64 or, you know, SNES. Like, you don't have to have the state-of-the-art laptops to run some of the classic retro games that people are hype to run on this thing. Fuck, you could do this shit on a Chromebook, bro.
Yeah, you don't have to have an expensive laptop to do it, just like you don't have to have the most expensive version of the Steam Deck to do it. Also, no, emulation on that thing is not hard, you're just an idiot. And also, anything you can emulate on a regular PC, you can emulate on a Steam Deck. If not anything, then just about anything.
Like, come on, man. The idea that somebody's going to be happy with not having support on their games and then install it anyway. Some of these games are over 100 gigabytes. I'm not going to do that just to test it out, you know? And if you hit install, all you're really doing is kind of setting yourself up in a position where it's like, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. Now, we'll come back after this installs to see if it actually works or not. But regardless of that outcome, Steam told me that their testing indicated that it doesn't work.
Once again, I agree the way they worded it is really bad. They should just say, oh, they haven't tested it yet, so it might work, it might not work. Or better yet, they could have, like, you know, a user testing thing as well, and they can say, oh, based on what users have done, this seems to work. Also, once again, I know, 100 millionth time I'm saying this, but if you just looked up if the games worked or not, you wouldn't have to install them to find out.
That some or all of the game currently doesn't work. So even if it does work and it does play, I don't know, maybe there might be some compatibility issues because fucking Steam tested it and said so themselves. This is kind of the common sense part that a lot of people aren't putting into this when they want to start attacking somebody else's opinion, by the way. I guess you can have your opinions, but I can't have mine. And I think that's what's wrong with the world today. Everybody gets so triggered and so offended when you say you don't like a product that they identify with or whatever the hell. And it's to the point where it's like they're going to shit on you and talk bad about you. But like, if this is a garbage fucking product for me, then it's a garbage fucking product for me.
Quantum, you're putting your opinion publicly on the internet. People can say whatever the hell they want about your opinion. Nobody has to agree with you. And if your points are stupid, people are going to call your points out for being stupid. If the general consensus among most people is that your review was bad, your opinion is unpopular, maybe you should consider that there's a reason for that. But at this point, this isn't even a review anymore. This is just him crying that people don't agree with him.
That doesn't mean that I'm not technically savvy, or I'm dumb, or I need to go play a Nintendo Switch, which, by the way, is more fun. Okay, it is. Let's stop the cap. Okay?
First of all, never say stop the cap again. Second of all, Quantum Anonymous told us all that he had to help you copy and paste links into your Discord server. Don't you dare say that you're technically savvy.
And, I don't know how to do all the fucking modding that I've done on my PC. I don't know how to install parts or all the technical shit I've done on my PC. Like, I use Windows all the time, and I do really advanced technical stuff. And it's not as hard as doing that here on the Steam Deck. Steam Deck and Linux is a learning curve. That's why, like, majority of the comments are saying, well, yeah, okay, but you bought a Linux device. What did you expect? Linux is hard. It's like, bro, I didn't even know this was a Linux device. I thought it was just a Steam handheld for gaming on the go with your entire Steam library. And that's not what it is. Some games aren't supported.
Dude, I'm gonna go ballistic in a second. You did not know it was a Linux device because you didn't research it. Why are you getting mad at the device for being a Linux device? Imagine if I bought an Xbox and then got mad that it didn't have the PlayStation operating system. Also, bull crap, you do really advanced technical stuff. The most advanced technical thing you can do is crank the saturation up on your TV and then sell it for $5 a month.
I'm a whimsical shopper. I know some of you guys might find that to be a hard concept, but again, when you work for a living and you work damn hard and the days kind of blur together because you work so long and so much and you got some money to play with, you're gonna play, man. Again, I get it. Maybe I'm at a certain level of adulthood that some of you aren't even at because you're probably still children. Or maybe some of you are just penny pinching.
So now if people don't agree with you, then they're children. Also, dude, you are at no level of adulthood. My 7-year-old cousin is more mature than you. I'm not even kidding. This actually happened one time. We were, like, just hanging out or whatever, and then somebody made, like, a poop joke or something, and then she started laughing really hard at it, and then her mom's like, really, you're laughing at that? And then she goes, I'm not kidding, by the way. She says, of course I'm laughing at it. I'm a kid. My 7-year-old cousin is more mature and self-aware than you.
Okay, fine. But don't get pissed off when somebody's trying to use their spare money, their disposable income, to go live and do something fun for themselves, like travel or whatever. It's just like, especially when we're talking about consumer goods, you're not going to want to research every aspect of every product. And again, this is garbage. The fact that games don't work on a Steam device is stupid. The fans are loud, like I said. The screen is overly hot. Emulation is difficult. It is.
I'm gonna skip almost all those points because I've addressed them already. But dude, people aren't getting mad at you because you bought something with your money because you wanted to. People are mad at you because you bought something, did no research whatsoever, and then went on the internet and complained about not knowing anything about the product. I shouldn't even say people are mad at you. People are just clowning on you. You're the one who's mad at other people.
Yes, you can download RetroArch from Steam, but it doesn't have all that you need and all that you would have on a normal RetroArch program that runs on PC. And again, for emulation, how everybody was gassing this thing up like, oh, it's so easy. Just buy a Steam Deck. It's easy. It's not easy. They're lying to you. And that's what I'm pointing out. People who say that emulation on Steam Deck is plug and play and it's easy and it's now the best emulation device for portable use. No, that's still Windows laptops.
This man is so far in denial, it's actually crazy. Apparently, every single person, all the thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, however many people are saying that Steam Deck emulation is extremely easy. They're all lying because one idiot on the internet who bought a product and didn't do any research and couldn't even be bothered to scroll down on the download page to see how to set it up said that it's not easy see, apparently everybody else is just invalidated. Everyone is lying to you. I mean, Quantum, we already knew you were a conspiracy theorist, but good lord.
Any Windows laptop, so I don't care that you don't like it. I don't care that it hurts your feelings, that my opinion doesn't align with yours and now you need to be coddled. I don't care about your feelings. I'm sharing my experience to help others. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here bashing on you as an individual. I'm not saying like all Steam Deck players are shit and should absolutely fucking, you know, I don't know, whatever you're imagining, some extreme scenario. Like, nobody's shitting on Steam Deck players.
Quantum, you cannot be serious. Like 3 minutes ago, I don't know exactly how long it's been, but like 3 or 4 minutes ago in this video, you called anyone who disagreed with you a child. But yeah, you're not attacking people.
If you like Steam Deck, play it. I don't like this shit, and I'm sharing that experience with other people who might be like me, who have money to spare, who like to play hard, who don't research every single thing they possibly could want to buy when they walk into a store. I mean, for fuck's sake, I whimsically buy movies without researching them, and I get the same kind of rebuttals when people are like, what did you expect? I don't know, I expected to be able to have fun when I play hard. That's just how it is.
So you're getting the same response when you do the same thing with other products. But yeah, sure, everybody else is in the wrong. I actually can't stand this video, dude. Can this just please end? I don't know what I'm going to title this video. It's probably going to be like Quantum TV's second part of his Steam Deck review is somehow even worse than the first. I don't know, probably something like that.
When you get to a certain income level, I'll just be real with you. Let's cut the shit. And it's not even a high one, bro. When you get to a certain income level, you start noticing you have some extra money in a month, extra money in a year, and you start doing things for yourself. That's not like a hard concept. That's why concerts exist. That's why movie theaters exist. And that's why the Steam Deck exists. This whole industry of gaming exists because of disposable income. You don't need to fucking research it like a student writing a paper. And the fact that this isn't an easy device to jump into is not my fault.
Okay, you know what? Let's put aside researching beforehand. Even when you get your hands on it, it is easy to get into. You just have to take 30 seconds to Google search some things about it. Going back to the Emu Deck thing that you were complaining about for the entirety of last video, if you literally just scroll down on the very same web page you downloaded it from, you would see it tells you exactly how to set it up. I swear to God, this guy is the type of person Infinity Ward is trying to cater to with Modern Warfare 2.
So, it is what it is. Now, we'll wait for this game to finish, and then we'll jump back in and see if it works or not. So, yeah, it looks like the game is functional. Now, I don't know what they mean when they say their testing indicated that it doesn't work or whatever the case may be. You know, I can run around and I can use the character and, you know, whatever, but again, let it sink in. Valve said that they're testing, okay, and you're buying the device from them. They say that their testing says that this game isn't compatible with the Steam Deck, okay? And if you see that, and you have a game that's like 48 gigs, 60 gigs, 100 gigs, you're not going to put the time into downloading the shit anyway, just in case they're wrong.
Wow, who would have thought when you actually take the time to try it out, it does work. Again, I agree it's dumb, like the way they worded it and everything. I think that's a really bad way of doing it. But again, you could just look it up. If I had a game on a device and I wasn't sure if it was going to be compatible with that, even if the company told me it wasn't going to be, I would still look it up just to clarify. This is your problem, dude. You want to do the bare minimum and nothing else. And then when doing the bare minimum doesn't work, you throw a tantrum on YouTube. And then when people disagree with you and call you out for that, you throw another tantrum.
And I don't think you guys are understanding that. Like, yeah, sure, maybe it works even though it says it doesn't work, but you'd have to really be willing to go against the grain to such an extreme extent like that. And I just, again, that's not something, I kind of follow directions to a degree. It's just kind of like, listen, you tell me it's not going to work, it's not going to work. It's kind of like, that's another problem with this device. They tell you that you don't have access to some of your games, and now you got to wonder how many of your games actually do work.
I know I'm a broken record, guys. I'm sorry. I truly am. But Quantum, if you did research, oh my god, it's as simple as researching and then you would know. And you literally showed in your last video and in this one that there's a whole tab that tells you which of your games are 100% verified to be good on the Steam Deck and which ones haven't been verified yet. Now Valve themselves is telling you this and you're still complaining about it. There is no satisfying you.
How many of your games don't? I mean, it's inconsistent. It's misinformation on their own product. Let that sink in. Their own product is misinforming people. So I don't want to hear this nonsense about, it's the consumer fault or user error. Like, Steam's got a lot to get right on this, and they got it wrong. I mean, it's a very missed experience for me. I'm sorry, but like when I plug in Nintendo Switch, it works. All the games are compatible. Everything that Nintendo supports works. There's no error message on some dumb shit. None of that.
Okay, my brain cells actually just melted. Guys, I am so sorry for any brain damage I caused from this video. Quantum, the reason that all the games that are released in the Switch eShop work on the Switch is because there is only one platform you can buy them on. The Nintendo Switch eShop is only on the Switch. Steam is not only on Linux, it is also on Windows. And most people play on Windows. That is why you have to mess with some games to get them to run properly. However, with the Switch, it is the Nintendo Switch eShop. There is only one platform that it is on. Therefore, of course, all the games released on there are gonna work.
When I go on PC and I go to my Steam library, everything works. There's no error messages. So while this technically works, yeah, okay, great, wonderful. I'll try to see what else works on it from my Steam library. But don't give me shit of all people, because I read from Steam, the company making the device, that their shit isn't supported. That's common sense that you wouldn't download, a bigger file. Now, I tried with one of my smaller games, it's 5 gigabytes, but still.
You basically just said, oh yeah, it's common sense for someone to not do this, therefore I did it, and it proved me wrong, so I'm gonna keep saying that everyone else is wrong. Thank God this video's about to end.
Again, and I could run into graphical glitches or game issues later on in the game. I'm not even out of the water yet. I wouldn't know. Okay, so I don't know what part of the game is broken or wonky. I don't know. Then again, to take that risk with every single game, that's something you have to be willing to do. That if you have a PC like me, again, across 2 of them, several thousands of dollars put into them, you're not gonna care. You're really not about this dumb shit. It's a handheld from Steam.
So you don't care, yet you've now made a total of roughly 30 minutes of rants about this. And we still have 2 more videos to cover after this one. Good lord, these next few days are gonna suck.
That's supposed to work day 1. And I'm making this long form video to explain to you, like, I'm not attacking any person that enjoys this device, but I am saying that this is not an easy experience like they made it sound, okay, for emulation, which a lot of people were trying to make it seem like. And again, magically, most of the rebuttals on my first video were, you don't know how to use Linux, or you're dumb, or it's an attack. Magically, you want to attack me because I said that I don't like this product. It's overhyped.
Dude, if you think people calling you dumb is attacking you, then you need to get off the internet. People were calling you dumb because you did no research, took no time to actually understand what you were buying, and then complained when you didn't know what was going on with the product. That is why people called you dumb, and they had every right to, because what you did was extremely dumb.
It's amazing. I have people calling me the N-word. I got people, and it's what gamers do. I'm sorry, but that's loser behavior. If you gotta call somebody a racial slur because they don't like the Steam Deck, you're a piece of trash. Like, it's a game console, okay? Like,
I mean, I completely agree. If people were bringing, like, race into this and stuff and calling you racial slurs, that is completely unacceptable, and you're a piece of garbage if you do that. However, Quantum, I seem to recall a time about 7 or 8 months ago with a particular game about, killing dragons and, fighting your way to become the lord of a land. And you told people to, if they enjoyed the game, should I say, off themselves. So I really don't feel like you have much room to speak.
I mean, really, let's just call it what it really is. Bro, fuck the bullshit. Most gamers aren't even fucking investing in Steam like I did. I bought their most expensive fucking version because I just knew it would work, okay? I went all in. How many of you fuckers did that? Not very many, okay? Let's be real here. Not every gamer is gonna spend over $600 on the Steam Deck. I did that. So before you start giving me shit as if I'm just here to attack the fucking product, understand I put money down for the product. I cared to do that for the product.
So apparently now, if you don't buy the most expensive version of a product, you're not allowed to criticize it. Where have I heard that one before? Oh yeah, PlayStation fanboys. This whole idea that if people don't spend as much money as you, they can't criticize your criticisms, that's just completely stupid. Imagine if I bought a really expensive pen and then I complained that I couldn't erase the ink. Are you not allowed to call me dumb because I bought a more expensive pen than you? No, that's not how that works.
Don't give me shit because you don't like my opinion, okay? In the same breath, you want to have your opinion about someone else's opinion. It's an opinion. For fuck's sake, grow up. People can have that. And if you can't handle that, log off, click off the internet, bro. It's not for everybody, right? Well, guess what? Too bad. They didn't put that on the box. They didn't put that on their advertisement anywhere. So everybody saying that the Steam Deck is not for everybody, tough shit.
Yes, nobody else can handle somebody disagreeing with your opinion. You're definitely not that person. God, this guy is so ignorant. But anyway, guys, we finally made it through the video. This video actually wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be, thank God. I've been editing this thing for like 2.5 hours now, and I'm pretty sure my brain has melted. So yeah, please leave a like for my suffering. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, especially if you want to see coverage of Quantum's other 2 reviews, because I'm going to be covering those over the course of this week, roughly. Unless some insane stuff happens with PlayStation fanboys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all next time.